It's manageable right now. You don't want to get too far behind in this match against a powerhouse like Fremont. It's going to have to hold, and Southeast finds himself down for the first time here in about a game, Larry.
So back-to-back opens by the Knights, and speaking of back-to-back opens, reminds us of Rob Gottschall, who joins us now. Rob Gottschall was a bowler for Lincoln Southeast from 93 to 96. Congratulations on a terrific tournament at the USBC Masters.
Thank you very much, Larry. It was really a good time and a good experience, and got to bowl a lot of good players.
Yeah, well, you had a pretty good one there in the final. What was it like to bowl against Norm Duke? I think you probably heard that question 10 times, but we'll ask you again.
It was a little intimidating at first. I mean, you're basically bowling against the whole building. I really have no friends or fans.
Put that little shrimpy guy away.
It wasn't a fist fight, Steve.
He may be smaller than Putney.
He is smaller than Larry. But
So talk about the experience.
well, I mean, you're bowling in front of anywhere from 500 to 1,000 fans in match play, and I mean, he's a PBA and USBC Hall of Famer, and you know they're all rooting for him. He just won the tournament the previous week, and it was really, really exciting, a bit nerve-wracking, but once I settled down, I gave him a run for his money.
You did. In fact, you trailed by 70 after game number 1 and came back and lost by, I believe, only about 20 pins.
Yeah, by 20. I got 50 of them back. It's tough to spot the fifth-ranked bowler in the world right now, 70 pins. But
you've had a lot of success lately on the national level. I know you, the mini eliminator, you won about $20,000. You're a rep for Hammer. What do you want to do with your bowling career?
Well, I mean, I'd eventually like to bowl on tour. You know, right now I don't know if it's feasible personally for me right now. It's very tough to get out there. The opportunities to qualify for the tour are not like in golf, much like, you know, high school bowling here. It's very hard to get it sanctioned, and to get on tour right now, it's very tough.
Well, congratulations on a terrific tournament out there. Wish you the best of luck. Wish your Knights the best of luck here.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us. That's Rob Gottschall. What a shot there by Fremont.
All right, the Southeast Knights are down by 30, Larry, but a double here will get them right back into it. Just
right through the nose.
She comes out of that ball, what we would say early in bowling, and Lauren Johnson just sets the ball down really right at the foul line. The earlier you release the ball, typically, the earlier it's going to hook. If she gets a little further down the lane, she'll delay that hook, and she's real close in the pocket, but just a matter of just a few inches like that, Larry, is the difference between a split, strike, possibly a flat 10.
Really like the sportsmanship. You've seen Fremont girls extend hands a few times, not only on great shots, but, you know, on bad breaks as well.
Well, this is good stuff here. This is the cream of the crop of high school bowling right now in Nebraska. These two programs had to plow their way through some other great teams that didn't make TV.
In fact, take a look at the brackets. Fremont knocked off Lincoln Northeast and Lincoln North Star. And Southeast to get here had to beat Grand Island 3-1 in Columbus. Southeast won the championship back in 2004, runners-up in 2008. Fremont looking for its first state championship.
Both teams now, both bowlers in both teams, both leadoff bowlers facing a tough spare. Southeast for Kelsey Rabel, 3-6-10. Both these girls throw it pretty straight, so they need to pretty much go direct right at this. A lot of conditioner in the middle of the lane, so the ball's not going to hook a lot. That's going to have to stay right where it's at.
And it did.
It did.
Maybe not the conventional way, but
gave it a little head shake there. She was even a little surprised that she got it. Now this one for Brittany, right straight at it, which she does. Oh, just a bad break. Bad break. A little too direct on the 2-pin there.
So that'll pull the Knights to within about 30. They still trail 105 to 70-plus count.
It's a strike right here, Larry. Have to settle. Oh, boy, that was
better shot than that. Yeah.
Good shot. Just the ball, just you know, one of those bad breaks. That's like you know, hitting a 275-yard drive and having it land on the sprinkler head in the middle of the fairway and it kicks out into the rough. You know, I mean, it's just part of the game. You got to just regroup and make your spare. And then
kicks the 10.
That's the same time as when you shank it and hit the cart path and a couple trees and it bounces right in the fairway.
That's
so,
right.
you know, you have to live and die with the breaks. You just have to pull up your bootstraps and make your spares. Cross lane, good form,
Great cover.
textbook.
Yep. A couple of very good, we've mentioned it before, but a couple of very good-looking freshmen on that Southeast squad.
Kevin Dunkel is going to have the fruits of his labor. It's going to be great because he's got some young stars. Oh, just another great
Meanwhile,
shot.
the Tigers have some experienced stars who are doing terrific things. 3 seniors and 2 juniors, so they've been here before.
All right, Southeast is going to try to pull out the second game. They got to start striking another good pocket hit, but right now Fremont is beginning to pull away here. 105 in the 6 for Fremont with a double working, so they're going to be in the 150s in frame 8, while Southeast will be down about 40 right now. Strike here will wrap this up for Fremont for game 2, and that's enough.
Got the mixer off the wall. And Tara Jepson makes it 3 in a row.
All right, so if you're Kevin Dunkel right now, what do? Do you make maybe a substitution change? Do you experiment a little bit?
I think you take a look at the score and you say, ladies, we missed 3 single pins. We're better than that.
Yep.
I mean, a single pin open in the first, a single pin miss in the third, and a single pin miss in the 8th. Those 3 are costly.
This young lady has not missed yet, though, if my statistics are correct from Mr. Craig Siegel, our statistician, until I open my mouth. Is that her first miss? Yes, it is. And she's a freshman. Just oil going down the lane a little bit. What also happens in competition like this, the oil is not static on the lane. It does move. And these high-powered bowling balls that are used today do one of 2 things to the lanes, or it can do both. Some of them erase the lane or oil off the lane because of its track, the way the ball tracks through it. It picks it up and just takes it with it. But it also can leave some on the back ends. It's called a carry down is what it's called. And so you'll see, and we're in the middle of game 3, end of game 3, you're going to see what's called transition. You're going to see the oil begin to migrate and move around a little bit. And the key is how well you read that as a bowler and make adjustments. Still going to be good enough, Larry.
Yep.
Fremont's going to be in the 190s.
You can tell Katie Olson's still trying to find the right part of the lane to play.
Well, she changed balls. She changed to a ball that has a little more skid, but then what she's also done is she's moved back out to where she was, which is closer to the second arrow. I still think she, with as strong a player as she is, has got to be a little further inside, Larry. Probably closer to the third arrow with a little swing. As you can see, she just has such great rotation on the ball. It can hook a little early. 183 for Fremont, another great Baker score.
And that's 4 single pin misses in that game. So that's what Kevin Dunkel's going to say is, ladies, we're better than that.
Yeah, he needs to just tell them to take a breath and reset and just worry about game 4. Tie this thing up. We haven't had a 5-game set yet, or a 5-game match yet today, so we're due, aren't we?
Absolutely. Fremont wins game number 1, 211-182. The Knights come back and take the second, 171-158, and that game won by Fremont 183-118. So now we go to game 4. The Knights need it to extend the match. Fremont needs it for a state championship. Here's Coach Rich Whitney talking things over with his ladies.
You know, Larry, one of the neat things about this particular bowling center here in Lincoln, Sun Valley Lanes, is its automatic scoring program. We have the luxury of being able to watch how fast the girls throw the ball. I don't know if any of our camera crew can get a picture of it with the lighting in here, but we are able to tell the miles per hour that the ladies roll the ball. So we have a good, unique opportunity to be able to say, well, she was half a mile an hour slower that frame before. That is why the ball hooked and went high, or she threw it a little fast. And in this day and age, with the high-powered equipment we have, that we use, high-powered bowling equipment, I should say, bowling balls, I mean, that's the difference between a bucket or a split in the pocket or something like that. So consistency means to keep your speed the same when you need it to be.
So opening of game number 4. Kevin Dunkel has decided to start at least with Kelsey Rabel. We'll see if he makes any changes after that. Here's Brittany Gibney.
Pulled it. Both those ladies have struggled a little bit now the last few frames. I mean, I think they're feeling it. I think Southeast is feeling a little bit of pressure to kick it up a notch, and I think Fremont can see the trophy on the table there and have to keep cool. That's going to have to hook a lot, Larry.
Well, when you start seeing the trophy, that's when you start having problems. I don't think Michael Jordan ever thought about the interview afterwards when he was making the jump shot, do you?
I don't think so. Fremont out to another lead. Seems like when Southeast jumped out early, it kind of got Fremont back on their heels in that second game. Here's a substitution, I do believe, for Southeast.
Looks like Natalie Check now in the game. So Natalie Check, another freshman for Southeast.
Kind of a traditional, more of a traditional game, straight down the middle. And now you'll see a contemporary player right here with Melissa Carr. Just
great shot.
Drills it. High fives all around for the Fremont ladies. Southeast needs a spare here. No more blows. No more empty boxes. There you go.
Great cover.
Keep it close.
So through 2 frames, it's the Tigers with the lead.
Amanda Carr strikes here, Larry. I think it sends a message to Southeast that they're not going to mess around. Across the deck.
Right in front of it.
That was a little unique circumstance there. She actually got that ball out into the dry area very quickly, and I was actually waiting for it to hook and go high. But the ball kind of finished with a little less momentum than it should have, and that's why it had the weak 10 that's called. Ball didn't finish as strong as it could have in the pocket.
Now to convert the 10-pin.
Different bowling ball, hard surface, will go very straight, as you see. Well done.
Good cover by Amanda Carr. So now on the left lane. And the spare by Katie Olson.
Fremont keeping that 13-pin lead. Hard and straight. Oh,
great shot. Tara Jepson.
Gave it the single fist pump there.
Here's Alyssa Smith.
She's 4 for 5 in strikes. Her team needs it now. It's got to get up.
Look a lot.
Now what's happened with Alyssa is the oil has migrated down the lane where her ball is not finishing as hard as it did the first 3 or 4 shots where she did strike. So how to combat oil that's moved down the lane? She may have to move back right a little bit, maybe a board or 2 with her feet.
That's a deeper move. Just rings a 10-pin, but a nice move and shot by Katie Olson.
Needs to cover the spare. Southeast keeping it close. Got to pick it up, though.
All 3, same thing.
You know, we had Rob Gottschall up here in the booth with telling about his 7th place finish in the Masters. You see a lot of the professional players, if they don't use a particular spare ball like Katie uses and some others, they will use the same ball, but they'll flatten it out and go very fast and very straight. That way you don't have what happened to Alyssa, where the ball hooked past the 5-pin and chopped it off. But right back with a strike for Southeast, keeping them in the match. Down by 17. Actually, excuse me, down by 7, Larry.
So a good shot by Lauren Johnson as they switch lanes. Gives Southeast a chance to run some in a row. Wow.
All right.
Brittany Gibney right there.
Back in the lead. 18 miles an hour on that shot. She whistled it down there.
Here's Kelsey Rabel. Credits her coach Kevin Dunkel and Paul Porchy for helping her game. Oh, great shot, but can't slap that 10 out. Wow, that was a tough one.
Those are the ones you look back and you could say should have, could have, and would have. And you know, she did everything she needed to do there. All right, this will give Fremont the lead. Different ball. The hit worked.
Great shot. Make it a double. Fremont in charge now, on top by 30 plus.
Southeast needs the spare here. Right at it. Great shot.
And a great cover. So back up on that left lane now, Amanda Carr. Amanda, the senior.
Got a whole pocket.
Coach calls that a soft hook.
Well, I don't know about that. She gets a lot more on the ball
Yeah.
than I do. I'll tell you that. I'm an old guy, but the hat is very contemporary, very, very modern.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Kevin Dunkel is going to have to reach down here and maybe hope for a little help, because right now they are down by about 27 pins, and it's gonna
Just slip by it.
156 in the 8th, Larry. A spare here in the 7th and a strike by Southeast in the 8th would give them 131. They'd still be down by 24.
20 pins, yep.
But, oh, boy, you just can't give those shots away like that. Potential possible 189 for Southeast, possible 216 for Fremont. So really, if Fremont can get a strike in one of these two frames here, that's going to do it.
That looks like that'll do it.
All they need is count, Larry, and
Yep.
Fremont's got their state title. A lot of people expected them to be right there this year when they decided to enter and bowl in Federation events. Class A teams took note that there was a potential new leader coming into the backyard, and they just bowled phenomenal all year, everywhere they went. And, you know.
Yeah, you look at the smiles on the face. It's great they get this kind of recognition.
Absolutely.
Because of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation and the coverage on NET they're able to provide, it really brings high school bowling to the forefront.
Who wouldn't want their son or daughter to bowl on statewide television? And you know, hopefully another step towards making this a sanctioned sport with the NSAA. Southeast, you know, they've got a great group of young ladies, and they've got some freshmen on the team that are going to keep Kevin Dunkel in the chips for good bowlers for years to come. This young lady here, I'm very impressed with her game. Alyssa Smith, averaging 180 as a freshman. Just watch the smooth release of the foul line. Hand goes straight up. Look at that. I don't think Coach Straub at the University of Nebraska could coach that any better. Well, he would think he could, but that's good stuff. As a freshman, I think Bill better be watching her. She's got great potential.
Yep.
And another one right there with great form. Just a little too late. A lot of those spares, Larry, really cost them early.
Yep.
3 of them back in the game before that they missed. 2 this game. They're going to be in the 170s, which is a great score for Baker Bowling, but it's just not going to be enough for Fremont. They're just going to have to keep it on the lane.
12 total errors for Lincoln Southeast in the match. That's through 4 games. About 3 errors a match, and that's about 3 more errors a match than you want. Great shot there. Lauren Johnson looks like she's going to fill the 10th. 179, the best score for Lincoln Southeast. Moved deeper yet again and still left the 4-pin. Katie Olson beginning to dial in a little bit.
Well, it's enough.
That'll do it.
Another great shot.
Boy, great finish by Lauren Johnson. Just a little too late. You see the smiles behind her. The realization that they have a state championship won. Good cover. So one more ball for Coach Rich Whitney's squad, and they take home the Class A Girls State Championship. their first ever venture in a Nebraska High School Bowling Federation competition. And in the first year, they take home the title.
I'd say it's successful.
Yeah, absolutely. 11-1 in district play. Only one lost, average 885. And, oh, by the way, they won a state championship.
Good enough.
Congratulations to the Fremont Tigers. Girls Class A state champs, knocking off Lincoln Southeast 3-1, winning the final game 194-179.
Well, Larry, that was very, very good. Great composure by all the ladies on the team, and both teams, I should say, and a lot of young talent we got to see out there today for Class A.
The Fremont Tigers, Class A state champs on the girls' side. When we come back, the trophy presentation. Stay with us on NAT Sports.
Brought to you in part by the Ellen and Marcia Baer Foundation and by the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, encouraging high schools to sanction the sport of bowling across Nebraska.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights, offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
We'll now proceed to the first item on today's agenda.
Log on to netnebraska.org/capital to stay connected to what's happening in your state government. Nebraska Capitol Live brings you daily coverage of important decisions from Nebraska's courts, legislative hearings, and events at the governor's office. In the office or at home, you can always stay informed with Nebraska Capitol Live at netnebraska.org/capital.
The 2009 High School Bowling Championships are brought to you in part by the Allen and Marcia Baer Foundation and by the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, encouraging high schools to sanction the sport of bowling across Nebraska. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nesoybeans.unl.edu. U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people. Backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC. Nebraska Office of Highway Safety. Please remember that if you drink and drive, you lose. And by Time Warner Cable, supporting local high school athletics and arts education in the communities we serve. And welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. The girls' Class A state championship is in the books. And the Southeast Knights losing to the Fremont Tigers 3-1. Let's go to public address announcer Craig Carver.
All right, let's have a nice round of applause for all the participants in today's championship match. And now for the awards presentation. First, the girls' 2009 Class A state runner-up Lincoln Southeast Knights. Assistant coach Jason Johnson, head coach Kevin Dunkel. Kelsey Rabel. Natalie Check. Victoria Shum. Ashley Peterson. Courtney Peterson. Alyssa Smith. Lauren Johnson. Ladies, please accept your runner-up trophy. And now your 2009 Girls Class A State Champion, Fremont Tigers. Head coach Rich Whitney. Brittany Gibney. Melissa Carr. Amanda Carr. Tara Jepson. Katie Olson. Ladies, congratulations on a great season, and here is your 2009 State Championship Trophy.
So there's your state champs, the Fremont Tigers, and I think little question, Steve Simpek, that's probably the best girls team in the state this year.
Oh, wow. I mean, just the way, especially the Carr sisters, the way they release the ball and throw it, very, very strong fundamentally. You know, the Fremont has had just a tremendous high school bowling program for a long time. So it's great to have them competing, and boy, I expect them to be back and reloaded for next year.
So the Fremont Tigers, the girls' Class A state champs, knocking off Lincoln Southeast in the finals. When we come back, we wrap up the girls' play. Plainview and Burwell or Arcadia. BOA, the girls in Class C championship on the line, coming up next.
Brought to you in part by the Ellen and Marcia Bear Foundation and by the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, encouraging high schools to sanction the sport of bowling across Nebraska.
Is driving your vehicle stressing your finances? Try easing off the accelerator. Vehicles traveling faster use more fuel. Exceeding the speed limit also increases your chances of a severe crash. Do you know 2/3 of people killed in traffic crashes are not wearing their seat belts? Wearing a seatbelt lowers your chance of being killed in a severe crash by at least 50%. Save money, save lives, save the excuses.
College doesn't just happen. You have to be a pain, in a good way. Find someone to help you, like your mom, dad, guidance counselor, or teacher. Keep asking until you find someone who will. There were adults in my life who made sure I took the right classes in high school and helped me apply for scholarships. Thanks to them, I got into a great school. Someone will help you too. All you have to do is ask. This is one time where it's okay to be a pain.
You are watching NET1 and NET HD.
If you're worried about your financial future, NET Television's Smart Investing, a Nebraska Connect special, can help with smart strategies to help you manage your money in this tough economy. Your expert advice on starting an investment plan, plus ways to steer clear of scams, schemes, and fraud. Email your questions to smartinvesting@netnebraska.org and watch Smart Investing, a Nebraska Connect special, Thursday night at 7 Central Time on NET1 and NET HD.
Welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes. The Class C Girls State Championship, the battle between the Plainview Pirates and Burwell Arcadia. 3 state champions on the girls' side already in the books. And if you'd like a DVD copy of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation Championships, you can preserve these great championship memories with a copy. Go to NHSBF.com and log on. Follow the links and get your copy of either the boys or girls state championships. Once again, log on today and preserve your state championship moments for a lifetime at NHSBF.com. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll begin with the Plainview Pirates. Caleb Bowman, Heather Holton, Riley Alexander, Ashley Meyer, Linda Reisinger, Sagan Cakebread, and Carissa Newhouse are all led by Dave Korth of Plainview. Burwell Arcadia, the Boa girls. Christina Mansell is the head coach. Sarah Haruza, Elizabeth Reynolds, Marissa Owen, Tori Young, Janelle Picorni, and Chelsea Casey are the defending state champions in Class C. Burwell Arcadia wearing the pink, Plainview Pirates in the red. As we said, the Pirates been here before as well, 8 consecutive years at state. They were the champs back in 2004. Burwell Arcadia, the state champs just last year. So Plainview will start it off with Caleb Bowman. Caleb Bowman goes Brooklyn, leads the 5'9". He was 7th at state last year and 2nd at districts. Up on the right lane for Burwell Arcadia, Sarah Ruza. Sarah comes in just a little high. Here's a look at Bowman. Senior averages 153. Out of D&K lanes, Dave and Kim Korth. Dave Korth, the coach of the Plainview Pirates. And a great start with a mark.
Great people, Dave and Kim Korth at Plainview lanes. D&K lanes at Plainview. Right on the highway and going through town.
Sarah Haruza with the conversion. So a good start here in Class C girls. A couple of marks right off the bat.
Remember the Boa girls and boys last year. Sweep, 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 Larry.
Here's Ashley Meyer, a junior. Pretty good shot for Ashley, and carries it. You can see why she's bowling in that anchor position. Here in Class C, they only bowl with 4 bowlers, so person bowling first and second will get 3 chances to bowl throughout the game.
Very important for strategy.
Crosses over and carries. There's the other anchor bowler delivering. Liz Reynolds finished 6th in state in 08 and 09. All even at 20 in the first frame. Heather Holt, just a sophomore. Heather with a little work to do. Leaves the 1-3-10. Here's Carissa Owen. Carissa, a senior, averages 141. She was on that state championship team of last season. A great year it was for them last year, winning, as you said, Steve, both the boys and girls side, but a little bittersweet as well. You know, they win a state championship and head back home. They have the big celebration at the bowling alley, and then tragedy.
Yeah, the bowling alley burns down. I don't know how hard they were partying in there that night, but but out of the ashes rise reclamation, as it says, and the owners of the bowling center in Ord, which is where the team bowled out of last year, they are one of our federation, what we call co-op teams. Burwell and Ord and Arcadia are all 3 schools that are combined together, which you're allowed to do in classes B, C, and D. They bowled out of Ord last year. Well, the owner of the bowling center in Ord, after the fire, and really they lost everything. They lost, well, obviously the bowling center's gone, but they lost their bowling equipment. They lost all the trophies that they've had from high school bowling and everything. Between some money donated by the High School Bowling Federation, a lot of local merchants in all the communities, they replaced everybody's bowling equipment, shoes. You notice the girls are all wearing black and pink bowling shoes. Most of them are, it looks like. And then the owners decided to, instead of rebuilding Ord, they went ahead and bought the bowling center in neighboring Burwell. So that's where they're out of now. They're still the Boa girls and their trademark pink unis.
And there's Tori Young, the freshman, now up on the left-hand lane for the Plainview Pirates, who just slid by there. There's Riley Alexander.
Dead even right now. Sparrow put the Boa girls in front.
And the freshman, Tori Young, can't quite convert. So back-to-back opens by both teams. And the Plainview Pirates with a one-pin advantage through 4 at 56-55. Here's Caleb Bowman. Kayla, a senior. And a good shot by Kayla leaves a 10-pin. That'll bring back up Sarah Haruza. Haruza on the right lane, the junior. Crosses over, leaves the 3-pin. Yeah, it was a tragic story, but it was heartwarming in that the entire bowling community, not just in the Burwell, Ord, Arcadia area, but all over the state, really pitched in to ship some bowling balls out there in bags and help replace the equipment. The High School Bowling Federation worked hard to get them some replacement trophies so that they could continue to be able to look at those trophies and remember what a terrific year it was on the lanes for Burwell, Ord, Arcadia, the Boa boys and girls.
Great year last year. They, as we said, swept them both for Class C. It was fun to announce those matches last year. Plainview girls are keeping tight with Burwell, Ord, Arcadia. Nice form here by Tori Young, or excuse me, by Ashley Meyer.
Boy, great shot by Ashley Meyer.
Talked in the earlier boys matches about how you keep your hand and arm behind the ball. She does a great job of that. Don't have to hook it a lot to be accurate and to throw a lot of strikes. Just good, consistent release.
Here's Liz Reynolds. Liz crosses over. Can't get that 8-pin to go this time. She's gotten Brooklyn a couple times in a row. Did not get it that time. Here's Heather Holton for Plainview. Talk about impressive individuals. These Plainview ladies all have terrific grade point averages. That's a double. Boy, a big double for Plainview.
Multi-sport girls, too. Look through their bios, and a lot of them in volleyball, softball, track, FCA, a lot of different activities. You get into the smaller classes, you're going to have a little bit of that crossover. But,
yep. So now up on the right lane is Riley Alexander. Talk about him impressive in the classroom. Riley Alexander, first in her class. And that's tough to do, even among this. It's tough to be first on the bowling team, let alone first in the class.
Oh, look at that nice shot.
She's first in the class. Heather Holton has a 4.0. Kayla Bowman a 3.8. Linda Reisinger a 3.6. Sagan Cakebread a 3.75. Wow. You would have taken a semester.
Brains and beauty, and they got good bowling talent. And this match very close, but Plainview, the Pirates now with a 3-bagger, so they have opened up a little bit of a lead. But girls hanging in there, picking up spares, opening the 6 though, and of course that 3-bagger by Plainview gives them the lead.
Up on the right lane for Burwell, Ord, Arcadia, Carissa Owen trying to convert and can't quite. That's a couple of back-to-back 9 whiffs for the Boa girls.
It's going to cost them this match too. They're going to need, or this game I should say, in the match, they're going to need to get a little help from Plainview, but right now they are put in cruise control for game number 1.
Great spare there by Kayla Bowman. And a nice Nice shot. Can she get it to mix? Can't quite again. Get that 4-pin to fall.
Just a freshman. It's a ball, low maintenance game. Right in the track area, right around the second arrow. Nice little multicolored, bright, swirly bowling ball there. Now she'll move over to the right. Go a little bit cross lane at it, which she has. It's
a nice spare conversion for the freshman, Tori Young. And now here, Sarah Haruza.
Coach says she gives it 100% all the time, never gives up on anything. Anchor bowler now for Plainview in the 10th frame.
Ashley Meyer with a great game.
Watch how solid she is at the line.
Balanced.
Just tugged it a little bit there, about a board and a half. Makeable spare. They're in good shape. They've got game number 1 wrapped up.
And another error in the 9th frame for Boa. So just in the last 4 frames, that's 3 single pin misses. They'll clean that up a little bit. Plainview is going to take this game number 1. She'll look one more time at Ashley Meyer. Good cover.
Will be in the 190s, Larry. Great game for Class C match. Burwell or Arcadia now needs to just kind of regroup. Game number 1's done. Forget about it. Get out and win game 2 and game 3. Watch how she'll be right around the 12th board. A little bit left of the second arrow. Good extension, right over her mark exactly. Oh, it looks like she just didn't quite catch the revolutions at the bottom of her arm swing. But good start for Plainview.
190 for Plainview in game number 1. Now, on the left-hand lane, Liz Reynolds. Liz really just kind of wants to get things going for game number 2. Make sure she's lined up, making good shots. They'll fall behind here in game number 1.
Well, you'll see a lot of times you'll see a consistent bowler and one that they can go to the well for and rely on in the 10th frame to be the anchor. A little extra strategy in Class C and D because of the 4 bowlers, so that bowler will actually get 3 frames a game, where the others will just get 2. She throws the ball very well off the corner on the left side. And just that one's over. They need to just regroup and get going for game 2.
So Plainview wins game 1, 190 to 146, and takes a 1 game to 140, 1 game to none. Lead in this best of 5 Baker competition. A 50 pin advantage for the Pirates of Plainview. Ashley Meyer, we took a look at her game a little earlier. Here's Sarah Haruza. And a little high, but gets that 10 pin out of there. Lead is just the 3, so she'll have an easy spare conversion. Here's Kayla Bowman. 7th at state last year in the singles competition. 2nd in district. Tugged that one just a little bit.
Turned her hand over when she let go of the ball. It's almost like throwing a breaking ball in baseball. Get around the side of it. You're going to hang it. She did done that one. Needs to cover the spare.
And a nice cover. So good shot by Sarah Haruza to give the Boa ladies a mark here in the first frame. Now Kayla Bowman will try to convert. Much better shot that time. And got it. Nice shot by Kayla Bowman. So once again, both teams marking in frame number 1. There's Liz Reynolds up on the right lane. Is that John Lucido sitting in the front chair back there?
I think that guy's complexion is a little darker. John's more pale. There's your anchor bowler. Goes an all-important strike.
Good shot by Reynolds.
Gotta play your strategies. So your money bowlers are going to bowl frames 2. Of course, they'll end up in the all-important 10th. A little bit left to target there. Is she going to carry it? No. Back to the fire in Ord. I mean, you know, for a community the size of Ord, Burwell, Ord's a little bigger than Burwell. I mean, that's a big tragedy. I mean, as we talked before, the bowling center, a lot of towns, more than not, it's the hub of activity. That's where everybody kind of hangs out, and it's just a shame that happened. And it was just right after they won their state championship. So,
well, they actually had the celebration party in the evening, shut down the bowling alley after the celebration party. Everybody went home, and just a couple hours later, there wasn't a bowling alley left.
Yep. Total loss, too.
Here's Carissa Owen. Try to convert the spare. That needs to hook.
That's the second time now she's slid by her strike and spare on the right side.
Here's Heather Holton, the sophomore from Plainview. Averages 136. Her first time in the match. Pretty good swing there, right down the boards, and leaves a 5-pin. Heather Holton's another one of those with a 4.0 GPA.
Well, we're just kind of watching these ladies keep the ball around the head pin. It's going to come down to spares now, Larry. Who can be the best percentage spare shooters are going to most likely end up winning. Strikes will just be a bonus.
Skid a little bit, and a nice cover. Good shot by the sophomore, Holton.
All right, let's see if Burwell can, with a spare here, light a little fire underneath the BOA girls, and good spare, cross lane, very well done.
So Tori Young converts as well.
Let's see if they can catch a little fire here. Plainview can put that out with a strike here.
Here's Riley Alexander. Just a little light, leaves a washout. 1-2-4-10. And Aruza back up on that left lane.
Gets in the line a little fast. Sorry, Phil. Makeable spare, cross lane at the 6 and the 10. Washout 1, 2, 4, and 10 here. Plainview.
So here's
Carissa.
Riley.
Excuse me. Yes, that's correct.
Right.
That's right. My bad.
Riley Alexander.
Needs to get the ball to the left of the head pin. Head pin will take out the 10.
Good shot there. Ooh.
We are very close in game number 2, Larry. 2-pin lead for Burwell.
And good spare conversion by Haruza. Here's Caleb Bowman. Sit right in the pocket.
Just finished a little strong there.
Not a bad shot. Pulling a couple balls off the rack to create some room up there.
6-lane center, D&K lanes in Plainview, an 8-lane center. Burwell, where these ladies bowl out of, the BOA girls. Got to make your spares.
So now through 5 frames, BOA girls have taken the lead after that missed spare. That'll bring up Reynolds.
See if the lefty here can bring the Burwell girls to life. And she's going to, and we saw in some earlier matches, Larry, we saw the left side of the lane seeming to hook more than the right. A number of elements can come into play for that, but our lone left-hander on that side needs to make the proper adjustment, get a little further in the middle of the lane to delay the hook. And that's a tough break for Plainview. Ball in the pocket. Should be a strike, leaves the 5 and the 7, but that's a makeable spare where you can probably go ahead and give that one a shot.
Or those pink and black shoes you talked about.
They win the Snappy Dress Team Award.
Right.
Last year they were the Snappy Dress Team and state champs because they just blew everybody out of the water, boys and girls. As a matter of fact, I think the boys' constituents are in the front row of our stands, waiting for their turn.
See if Ashley Meyer can convert here. Great shot in front of the 7 pin. Slides that, there they are right there, slides that 5 right in front of the 7. Yes. Here's Carissa Owen.
It's great that they stayed here to root them on. They didn't make the televised finals. I don't know who their hairdresser is, Larry. You and I would look good like that, you know?
Is that right?
Well, that's one man's opinion. Beats Grecian formula.
I'm not sure it does.
They were a PBA sponsor years ago, if I remember.
That's
right.
Right.
Well,
that's certainly a look, isn't it?
Carissa's had trouble with spares here. She needs to get her back up and get her spirits going with a spare, and that'll do it.
Oh, good cover by Carissa Owen. Now back on the left-hand lane is the sophomore, Heather Holton. And she tugged it a bit. Didn't convert the spare. 4 opens in a row for Plainview.
Right down the middle of the lane.
And mixed them up and got the strike. And Burwell Ord Arcadia takes a commanding lead here in game number 2.
24-pin lead, and without a strike here, it'll increase to more than 30 for Burwell.
There's a tough lead. 1-2-5-9.
Well, you know, it's just a matter of practice now for these young ladies. You know, we've got a mixture of sophomores, we've got a couple freshmen, we've got a number of different classes here, and they just need to stay focused and practice. And one of the things that you know, bowling is becoming more and more like is it's not just something you do in the winter. A lot of action for high school kids, abilities to practice and hone their game in the spring and the summer. You know, just like volleyball. High school volleyball in Nebraska is a year-round sport. When you're done with your season in the fall, you play in the winter, and then you may play a few tournaments in the spring, take a little bit of time off in the summer and do camps, and then you're back at it in the fall. So bowling is no different if you choose to do it year-round. Just do nothing but better at the game.
Kayla Bowman clears 2 on the left side. Still has the 6:10 left. Here's the anchor bowler for the Boa girls, Liz Reynolds.
Right up the left side. Kept her speed a little more firm there, just didn't carry. And that's going to be enough, Larry.
That should do it.
158 if she does not cover the spare. Best Plainview can do. Now, after that, it's going to be 132.
So it's game number 2. Go to the Boa ladies.
It's got a hook.
There it goes. Just hangs on there.
Crowd was oohing and on that one. All right, well, this young lady here, good style, their anchor bowler for Plainview. Ashley Meyer, and I think they're just kind of fishing a little bit out there. And by fishing and bowling, you're just looking for that comfort zone of where to throw the ball, get the best and most consistent reaction. Very good shot there.
Great ball.
She's getting the ball down the lane a little further, delaying the hook. saving it for that pocket area where you need the pin action and you need the power. So it's going to have to hook a lot there, Larry, and nope.
Not quite. So 169 to 110 will be the final of game number 2. Burwell Ord Arcadia wins the second game by 59 pins after losing the first by 50. Quite a turnaround for Plainview as well. They went 190 in game number 1, 110 in the second game. So we're all even at 1 game apiece, Plainview and Burwell Ord Arcadia. A couple of these Burwell players making the all-tournament team. Yesterday, of course, these bowlers qualified before today's finals, and after qualifying for 4 games, you had an all-tournament team, the top 10 scores overall. Before they began Baker play to whittle it down to the 2 finalists, Tori Young of Burwell made the all-tournament team. She was 3rd, and also of Burwell Ord Arcadia was Liz Reynolds, the big lefty that we saw, who's had that big strike to end the game. Liz Reynolds shot 463, 141, 156, 166 to finish 6th.
We're going to see whoever makes the most spares be your winner, most likely here.
Good shot there by Sarah. There's Kayla Bowman. Last year, Kayla was 7th at state. Can't convert the split. She was 2nd in districts this year. Here's Liz Reynolds. Finished 6th this year in state. And ironically, 6th last year as well. So back-to-back years, she has made the all-tournament team in Class C girls, both times finishing 6th. Here's another all-tournament performer, Ashley Meyer of Plainview. She finished just ahead of Liz Reynolds of Burwell Ord Arcadia. Ashley Meyer finished in 5th, so she made the first all-tournament team. And a nice shot there, leaves the 10-pin.
Just the ball not finishing hard enough to have the 6-pin on the right side of the pocket, take out the 10. There's those snappy pink shoes. Cross lane at the 7, and just enough lane.
Wow.
Another half an inch, and that's in the gutter.
That was half on, half off, I believe.
It's all right.
As long as it stays on, right? As long as it hits the pin.
That's right. Now we'll see if the right-hander, Ashley Meyer, can duplicate that, and she didn't have enough lane. Actually, the lane was too long, is what they say in that case. Chance for Burwell here to go up by 12. Could increase their lead to 22 with a strike.
Carissa Owen got rid of the split. Leaves the 5-pin. Here's Heather Holton. Heather crosses over and can't get that 10-pin to go. Take a look at how each of these teams got here.
Go ahead, Larry. Sorry about that. I was just going to say you're not seeing the amount of breaks that you've been getting that we've seen in earlier matches, but you know, they'll come, keep the ball around the head pin, good things can happen.
And she converts on the 5. No good cover by the Boa girls. They are clean through 3. Strike, spare, spare. That will be the key to winning the match here. Now Plainview, after 2 straight opens, is in desperate need of a 10-pin conversion here. Get out there.
Slide. And to see Burwell Ord Arcadia start to pull away here. Less errors.
Right down the middle at him and leaves the 4. As you said before, Steve, they're just kind of hanging around the pocket and picking up their spares right now.
Hockey term would be called picking up the trash right in front of the net with bowling. You stay right around the pocket area there and try to minimize your splits and unforced errors. I think they're nervous too. I mean, there's a lot of serious looks on their faces out there.
Spare. Nice cover there. 4 consecutive marks for the Boa girls. And the Pirates desperately need to get something going here.
See a conventional grip ball there, Larry. Fingers in all the way up to the second joint.
Good shot by Riley Alexander. She converts.
Big smile on her face as she comes back. Burwell Ord in cruise control right now, picking up their spares. Just moving the ball along. There's that break we were talking about when I interrupted you. Jersey squasher, they call it. I don't quite know.
She has both of their strikes here in this third game. Does Sarah Rizzo. That was tugged a little bit by Kayla Bowman. So she'll have some work to do. Find themselves down 38 as we're about ready to, after this next shot, flip sides on the lanes. So see if Kayla Bowman can give them their second mark here in the first 5 frames. 3 opens to open up the game. An 8 spare in the fourth. Let's see if she can convert.
Big one here, Larry. It's going to keep things from getting completely out of hand. And right now, Coach Korth's got to pull his Lady Pirates around him and just say, come on, gals.
52 pins down right now in the 5th frame. Plainview is down 52. You take a look at how the two teams got here to this championship match. Burwell in their semifinal knocked off Crofton.
Past state champion, 2005.
Burwell beat them 3-2, and then in the semifinals they knocked off Blue Hill 3-0. So BOA moves here to this championship match. Plainview, which came in seeded number 5. Plainview was seeded 5. They beat Ravenna 3-1 and knocked off St. Paul 3-0. Plainview last won their state championship in 2004.
Line score for Burwell, all marks all the way across so far. Game number 3. Very low maintenance games with these ladies and just keeping the ball in play. That's going to slide by, and just the amount of conditioner. We've used our word of the day before, lubricity on the lanes. It's right now got the Lady Pirates a little befuddled. They're having a little bit of a tough time getting the ball to set, hold pocket.
There's Carissa Owen. A couple of mistakes early, but she's come on, and the BOA girls are clean through 7. Pretty impressive game that BOA's putting together here. You see strikes and 9s.
64-pin lead now for Burwell Ord Arcadia. Broke up the split.
Just like early returns, we're about able to call this game. Not quite yet.
Me now, Larry. Oh, well, and that's a tough break in bowling. They've got a little room now where they can slide one of those tough breaks in there and still not relinquish the lead. 1 pin on the spare will give them 146th in the 8th. Well, right now Plainview is going to have to do all they can to muster to get to 100. 62 in the 7th, so still
just 1 mark for Plainview through 7 frames. 62 in the 7th right now.
Tori will want to get this over to the left. She stops for the 1.
So the best score that Plainview can have if they strike out is 152. And all BOA has to do is keep it on the lane in the next 2 shots in the 9th frame to beat that score. And that will about do it. .142, the best score Plainview can have. And that strike gives them 156 with count coming.
A smile from Sarah Haruza. She carries the patented Dick Weber wall shot. Hit them thin and watch them spin. Now, you know, Plainview needs, they know they're down 2-1. They need to just, maybe you'll see Coach Korth with a substitution here. He's got a couple of extra bowlers rostered. may see a replacement in there to maybe try to spark something, especially in the 10th frame.
So Boa will take this game number 3. Lefty 3-9 there. Here's Caleb Bowman. And now Liz Reynolds on the left-hand lane for Boa.
Excellent under pressure, the coach says. She's been good so far today. Going to be in with a spare. They'll be in the 180s, Larry. Another great score for Baker Bowling.
So Burwell Ord Arcadia has won this 3rd game. We all know these high school athletes deserve recognition by the Nebraska School Activities Association. So if you are interested in helping the effort to sanction high school bowling in Nebraska, please log on to NHSBF.com, contacting your school's athletic director and letting them know how important high school bowling is to you. 20 other state high school athletic associations understand the importance of high school bowling. They've sanctioned it as a varsity sport in their states, and it's time Nebraska understands that as well. Log on to NHSBF.com today and learn how you can help the effort to sanction high school bowling in the state of Nebraska. It begins with going to your school and contacting your athletic director.
It's a long path, and especially now with the economy the way it is, school districts, nobody has any money, Larry, and it's tough to walk into an athletic director's office and ask him to spend money on a new program when they may be having trouble meeting budgets. The good news about bowling is that we're an inexpensive sport to field, no field maintenance. You don't have spend a lot of money on equipment. You don't have to worry about taking care of mowing the field or staffing the people that they have to staff at basketball games and volleyball games.
No officials?
No officials. Yep. It's a pretty easy task, and it keeps kids active that may not be involved in other activities. So just a learning curve to get the correct information out there to school officials.
Well, it's a low-maintenance sport, and it helps so many kids who may not be doing other things.
Exactly.
Low maintenance also in regards to the time an athletic director may have to spend with it, because I know that's one of the concerns as well, especially this time of year. They're dealing with state basketball tournaments on boys and girls side, and state wrestling, state swimming. So athletic directors also understand the constraints on their time as well.
185 to 98. Burwell puts the hurt on Plainview. They're up 2-1 now, so this could be it for the Plainview Lady Pirates. We'll see if Dave Korth, the coach for Plainview, makes any type of adjustments.
So there was there was the final 185-98. You see Boa now taking a 2-1 lead. And now an opportunity for the Boa ladies to wrap up a 2nd consecutive state championship on the girls' side. Terrific job Sun Valley Lanes has done here, guys, all week. And not only Sun Valley, but Parkway Lanes and Hollywood, which held some of the qualifying matches. Of course, Class B was bowled at Hollywood Bowl here in Lincoln. Parkway hosted all of the Class A teams. Class C and D were here at Sun Valley Lanes, and then they all come together here for this state championship day on NET, featuring high school bowling all day long here at Sun Valley Lanes. And what a terrific job John Lucido and his staff do with this arena-style finals.
I don't think there's too many other humans on the earth that could pull off what John gets done in the way of organization. And, another big bunch of thanks needs to go out to really the bowling community in Lincoln. The local associations, the United States Bowling Congress associations, men's and women's groups, the local juniors, the amount of volunteers from all walks of bowling life in Lincoln to help pull this off this weekend. I mean, you see all sorts of them here, and everything from bowlers to coaches to association reps. They're all here helping, and it's Lincoln. The city of Lincoln is very lucky to have great owners and operators of their facilities. All bowling centers in Lincoln are very nice. They take care of their customers, and a lot of places would love to have these type of facilities. So Plainview's still struggling with spares.
Start off game number 4 with an open. Boa with the mark. Here's Liz Reynolds.
Right off the edge.
And a great shot by Reynolds.
Straight up the gut, they call it. Right up the lane. Minimal hook, maximum speed. It's time for Plainview now it's time for them to strike. I can't remember the last time I saw a strike. Well, there was one at the end of the game for them last game, but got to get some consistency back in, and instead, a big split of 3, 6, 7, and 10.
Here's Carissa Owen now in the left-hand lane. Talk about great grade point averages. She carries a 3.966, wants to go on to college and become a veterinarian. There's an aggressive course of study, veterinary medicine. Also plays band, the track team, golf. She loves bowling because she gets to meet a lot of new people and spend some time with her friends. It's one of those great sports for lifetime as well.
It's got a chance, Larry.
Good run at it. So back-to-back opens for the Pirates. See if Carissa Owen can clean up her spare.
Got to hit the one directly, and did. Just a little bad break there.
That's a tough spare there.
Still a 21-pin lead for Burwell or Arcadia.
Here's Heather Holton. Oh, wow, that's
a
break.
Tough break.
Yep.
Turns around, her eyes were wide. She couldn't believe that was the result of that hit. It's the 4, the 7, and the 9. She's going to have to eventually here, if I'm Coach Dave Core, she has to take a run at picking this up.
Especially when that happens, yep. And she'll probably give this a shot, Heather Holton.
She's going to get the ball all the way over to the far left side of the 4. Ball's going to hit the 4 and the 7, and hopefully the 4 will slide over into the 9, and just didn't get it over far enough, so Burwell continues their dominance. 30-pin lead now with a strike working. A double here will be a crushing blow to Plainview.
Here's Sarah Haruza. Can't get that 6-pin to fall. They are on top by 20. 3-3.
Sorry, Larry Riley Alexander. One of the go-to folks on Plainview's team. Now's the time. That looks pretty good. Oh, just a tough break.
Couldn't quite believe that as she walked back, just kind of shook her head at her teammates.
Riley's bio for Plainview. Her bowling ball she uses is a Tornado, which is a ball by Ebonite. She's nicknamed it Chauncey. So Chauncey, the bowling ball, she may have to ground Chauncey if.
You see her kind of blink her eyes there before she started. She said that's her habit, that's her ritual. She blinks her eyes before she starts and just missed that 10-pin there.
Well, some of us close our eyes in our golf game all the time before we grip it and rip it, so whatever works.
Some of us go through life with our eyes closed, Steve.
All right, chance for Plainview to get back on the map here.
There you go.
Might be enough to kind of get things going, capitalizing that open frame by Burwell.
That was a big shot. Now they'll switch sides for the next 5 frames, possibly the last 5 frames of the season for both of these teams if Burwell or Arcadia holds on to that lead. Came up a little light, and she's got some work to do.
A strike here by Plainview's, yes, their Ashley Meyer brings them back within 10.
Big shot right here. She says she loves this sport because it is the total team sport. You can't win with just one person. Let's see if she can help it out. Just comes in a lot. Boy, she really did look like she slowed down, tried to get a little better reaction, and just didn't quite get it.
Well, she's playing in a part of the lane where there's a lot of conditioner, a lot of oil, and she needs to move back out to the outside a little further, and almost got it out of the pit there too. Burwell continues to lead. Plainview's kind of chopping away at it a little bit, and it's a very tough washout. The 1, 2, 7, and 10. She can pick this up. You're going to hear the crowd go crazy. A lot of folks here from Plainview cheering them on.
Look a little more. Ooh. So down by 20 through 6, 83-63. Boa girls on top. Here's Carissa Owen. Just a little bit. Doesn't quite get back all the way.
Tough spare. Double wood. The 2, 4, and 8. She's going to have to hit the 2 directly with the ball. Ball should take out the 8 pin. Along with the 4. There's a substitution for Plainview. Sagan Cakebread comes in. First shot, I do believe, Larry, of the match for her.
Sagan very active in school as well. That just slides by. Opportunity here for Sagan Cakebread to bring her Pirates a little closer. 3.75 GPA. She's involved in show choir, track band. And obviously high school bowling. Deep breath. You see her visualize the line there. She looked close and then looked down the lane again.
Taking your time, which nothing wrong with that. Oh, ooh. Just a tough one.
Yep.
All right, well, we're in the 8th frame now, and this is crunch time for both teams. Burwell or Arcadia can nail this up with a strike. Getting it closer, Larry.
Tori Young, the freshman, second highest average on the team, and she comes through with a big strike there in the 8th.
Right back into Plainview and Riley Alexander.
Riley needs to hang on. That's a tough work there. And now Sarah Haruza.
This may be a state championship ball right here with a strike.
She's the junior with the high average on the team, 165. Can she get to Brooklyn? She does! A big double. And Burwell or Arcadia out big here with just 1 frame left.
Potential 180 for Burwell or Arcadia. Another substitution for Plainview and a great spare.
Nice cover by
Linda Reisinger. Yes. All right, well, whatever works for Coach Korth. There's the score you can see. Now is the time to strike. Kayla Bowman's got to come up there and she's got to do what she does best, and that's lead this team.
Much better shot there.
Oh, just a
bad break.
Tough break. She has to pick this up, Larry, and basically Burwell's going to have to almost not show up. So,
yep. Let's see what Liz does. 3 in a row. That'll do it. And you see the crowd in the background excited. The Boa girls are going to win their 2nd consecutive.
Get the back-to-back T-shirts printed up in Burwell, Ord, and Arcadia.
Stay away from the bowling alley for a while.
Yeah, have the party somewhere else.
Right.
Have it outside.
Go out to the barn.
Yep, somewhere. We don't want to have history repeat itself. We need all the bowling centers we can get our hands on in the state of Nebraska. And it's just great to see a tight-knit group of young ladies having a blast out there. That's a great shot. They're going to shoot 170, all possible 180.
4-bagger. They're closing it out in style.
I think Dave Course, Plainview girls just had a tough time navigating the lane conditions with the oil. They just couldn't seem to get comfortable on the lane in a spot where they could hit the pocket consistency. As you see, almost so far in the center part of the lane there is Ashley Meyer, and doesn't give her ball a chance to finish. If she's about 5 boards further right, Larry, she's going to be in a drier portion of the lane. Ball will finish stronger and have a chance to carry some of those pocket splits we've seen today. All right, good spot for that. 78 for the Boa girls, state champs.
Terrific finish. Now we'll wait for Plainview to close it out. Ashley Meyer will throw the last shot for her team, unless she can pick this one up. Gives the 5-7 a run. got a chance. Oh, just slides by. So the final, 178 to 105. Burwell Ord Arcadia. They've won it. They are the girls' Class C state champs. They've won it back-to-back years. So congratulations to Burwell Ord Arcadia. We'll be back with the trophy presentation at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Brought to you in part by the Ellen and Marcia Bear Foundation and by the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, encouraging high schools to sanction the sport of bowling across Nebraska.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraska. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life.
NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Hello, I'm Jeff Beckman, and I'm inviting you to invest in the NET Sports Partners Club today. Just log on to our website and become a shareholder in the Sports Partners Club, and then choose from our selection of outstanding appreciation gifts. Thank you for helping us continue airing your favorite sports action here on NET.
NET Television takes you through a musical journey of this truly American art form. Watch NET's production of Ragtime Cabaret, coming in March to NET1 and NET HD.
The 2009 High School Bowling Championships are brought to you in part by the Allen and Marcia Bear Foundation and by the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation, encouraging high schools to sanction the sport of bowling across Nebraska. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nesoybeans.unl.edu. U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people. Backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC. Nebraska Office of Highway Safety. Please remember that if you drink and drive, you lose. And by Time Warner Cable, supporting local high school athletics and arts education in the communities we serve. And welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. We have crowned the girls' Class C state champs, and they are, for the second year in a row, the Burwell Ord Arcadia Boa ladies. For the trophy presentation, we go to our public address announcer, Craig Carver.
Let's have a nice round of applause for all of the participants in today's championship match. And now for the awards presentation. First, the girls' 2009 Class C state runner-up, Plainview Pirates. Head coach Dave Korf. Kayla Bowman. Heather Holton. Riley Alexander. Ashley Meyer. Linda Reisinger. Sagan Cakebread. Carissa Newhouse. Ladies, please accept your runner-up trophy. Now your 2009 Girls Class C State Champion, Burwell Ord Arcadia Boas, Assistant Coach Jim Stotnicka, and Head Coach Christina Manisil. Sarah Brusa. Elizabeth Reynolds. Carissa Owen. Tori Young. Janelle Pokorny. Chelsea Casey. Congratulations, ladies, on a great season, and here is your 2009 State Championship trophy.
So congratulations once again to the Class C Girls State Champs for the second year in a row, the Burwell Ord Arcadia ladies. So that wraps up the morning and the Girls Championships. Now we turn our attention to the boys. And coming up next in Class D, the title battle between the Clarkson Red Devils and the Dodge Pirates. The boys State Championships kick off next on NET.
Programming on NET Television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. The U.S. Bancorp Foundation supports charitable, educational, and community service-oriented organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. U.S. Bank employees dedicate their time and efforts to local causes they are truly passionate about. U.S. Bank. Wherever you go, you'll find us.
Programming made possible by Time Warner Cable, supporting local performing arts and arts education with projects like Adventure Lead and our annual Arts Immersion Project. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
You're on vacation in the mountains. You've got the kids, the dog, and your tent. Your son says, hiking is lame, so you try rock climbing. It ends up being harder than it looks. Now you're in the hospital wishing you'd stayed home. But you've got Blue Cross and Blue Shield, so you know you're covered, even though you're out of state. So you relax, which is why you went on vacation in the first place. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. One less thing to worry about.
Antenna TV goes all digital February 17th. Help friends who need a DTV converter box. Help scan the channels into it and adjust their antenna. Visit this website or call this number.
Hello, I'm Jenny Herstein, and thanks to viewers like you, we've increased our membership base by over 25% this past year. Your support is vitally important to NET. Your gift provides the funds we need to produce and purchase your favorite programs year after year. Thank you again for your loyal support.
The 11th season of Consider This is brought to you in part by From the Top, a national program showcasing the musical talents of young people. From the Top can be heard on KVNO Classical 90.7 each Saturday at 6 p.m. Consider This, a program of issues and information behind today's news. Once again, from the campus of the University of Nebraska at Omaha, here is your host, Kathy Wyatt.
It is defined as temporary short-term relief from caregiving for a parent, child, or other individual who has special circumstances or special needs that require ongoing care. Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Wyatt. Welcome to this week's edition of Consider This. Our topic, respite. Joining us today are Chris Stewart of the Respite Resource Center, Eastern Area for the Nebraska Respite Network, which is housed in the Eastern Nebraska Office on Aging. Former State Senator Dennis Byers, Joni Thomas of the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, and Karen Berna, a family caregiver. She recently lost her mother. Thank you all so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you. Delighted to be here.
Chris, we're going to go ahead and start with you. We mentioned special circumstances or special needs. What are some examples of that?
Well, the definition you gave for respite is purposefully broad, because we certainly don't want to exclude any family caring for a loved one with special needs. And we consider special needs any condition, long-term chronic condition of a person of any age that's either physical or behavioral that requires specialized care by their family members to allow them to live safely in the home. Circumstances where a family may want to look into respite are when the family no longer feels comfortable leaving their loved one alone. Perhaps that loved one needs assistance with tasks, like, for example, making a meal. Or perhaps due to the person's condition, they've become very isolated because it's difficult for them to get out of the home, and they might want a provider to come in to act as a companion. Or perhaps it's a safety issue. They just don't feel comfortable leaving their loved one alone. Perhaps they have dementia and they are apt to wander and get lost, or maybe their loved one is just so frail they're afraid that they'll fall and injure themselves. So they want a provider with them to ensure that they remain safe in the home.
Okay, thank you. And Joni, there are a lot of folks out there who are caring for other people. Paint a picture of the individual who needs respite.
Well, it's very much like Chris was describing. It's that family member or, distant or close family member that, or even a spouse maybe, that it has primary care for that person. Whether pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're the ones that just need a break. They need a chance to go out and do something fun. Even going shopping, taking a nap, something that they aren't responsible for that person. Okay. Something that just gives them a break.
Okay, and Karen, you know all too well what Joni and Chris are talking about. You've been through this journey yourself. Tell us your story.
Yes, I have.